I have never owned an action figure in my life before, but I thought to myself, can I just build it out of Lego? So that's what I will be doing today. These are all the pieces you are going to need for the torso. Alright, let's begin. So first you will take your torso frame, put this piece under here at the ball joint spot. Next we'll put this black Technic connector, and finally we'll put our armor piece and connect this piece to the back, and finally push this pin to lock everything together. So that is our little torso. These are the pieces you are going to need for the feet. So first you'll take your foot, take this little rubber piece, put it at the back right there, push this pin through, and finally put these two little discs on the end. So the rubber does give a little more traction. You can also like push another pin inside to make the rubber like stick out a little bit, but I didn't do that. Alright, these are all the pieces you're going to need for the leg. In this build I mostly use CCBS bones and shells because they can make lots of poses. They're really flexible. So yeah, so we'll connect this bone with this tinier bone. This will be the knee joint. Finally connecting our last bone, because as you can see, the knee will be able to bend in way more different directions than if it was only the two big pieces. And then we'll add our CCBS shells, which are green. Wrong way, like this. And now that finishes our leg. Alright, these are the pieces you're going to need for the right arm. For this action figure, I want to make the left arm or right arm be able to shoot something, and the left one just have a big giant blade on it. So yeah, alright, so first we'll take these bone pieces, attach them. We also have like a sort of elbow joints for more flexibility, I guess. And yeah, this arm is also like very not bulky, very slim for the blade. Alright, so first let's take this T-bar and attach our fingers. And now we'll take our very big yellow CCBS shell and attach our little hand assembly on the edge right there. So that will be one of our hands. Now time to attach our blade. So first we'll take two of these pieces right here and attach them to this T-bar. Those T-bar, because there's two, and this one has a connection point for our blade that will go right inside. And now we can connect this thing to the arm, or this little assembly to the arm, clip the shell, and there it is done. So basically the blade, this is like when it's not extended, so you can extend it for more reach and cool poses. And yeah, that basically rounds out the arm. Alright, so for the next arm, like I said before, it's going to be a little bit more bulky. So we'll start with these CCBS joints, again with the elbow for more posability. So let's attach in our CCBS shells and then our hand. Next we'll take this T-bar and attach it right there with this red, neon red sharp piece, just to add a little bit detail, and I think it looks pretty cool. Next, for another little assembly, we'll take two of these T-bars, again one with a connection point. Connect those together and then attach it to this Rakshi head that we will then attach to our hand. So yeah, I'd say it looks really cool. I'm really happy with that idea that I came up with. Next up, we'll attach these shooters to the hand, so once they're combined, we can shoot our neon green ball. So you just squeeze them together and this shoots. And for our final little assembly, we'll take this piece, attach all these together, and then take this cool piece, attach it there. This will attach to the body, and then this goes right there. So it kind of looks cool because it looks like it's like feeding into the arm. I don't know, it's just for detail, I guess. Alright, finally for the head, these are the pieces you will need. I do not own a mask for this headpiece, so that's all I'll be using. But I did figure out a cool technique. If you take these two pieces, pass them through each other, pass it through the mouth right here where the mask would connect, and I'd say this looks pretty cool. And then you just attach this connection point so it connects to the body. I'd say that looks really cool. I like how it looks. It's kind of menacing, I guess. And yeah, so now we'll just attach everything together. Alright guys, so here we have all the pieces. Now let's assemble our action figure. Alright, so let's connect the feet to the legs first. Now let's attach it to the main body. Now the arms. Let's connect this to the back right there. And finally, we'll attach our head. So this is how it's looking. I'd say it looks really cool. I like the amount of posability I got. So the knees can bend fully backwards. Also the arms have lots of posability. I like the weapon in this hand that I included and the Rakshi head right there. I think that's a really cool detail. But I really want this action figure to get some insane poses in the air, and the only way to do that is to build it a stand. So let's do that. Alright, so first we'll build the rod that attaches to the base and our action figure. So here are the pieces you'll need. I recommend getting this piece in black. I just didn't have it in black because it'll just look better. But basically you just combine everything into a long rod, and then this part will connect into our action figure and this end will connect down the bottom. Alright guys, so these are all the pieces that you will need for the base that I created. Basically you take this 4x4 plate, attach these two rounded pieces, take this round piece in the middle, and then this cone shape brick goes on top. So this is where our pole will go into. And now to reinforce our base, I'll add these pieces as well as this in the middle, and this 2x6 brick to reinforce it, and this trash can just to make it look a bit cooler and add some detail. And it also serves to place some ammunition if you don't want it on the action figure itself. You can just place it there, and I think that looks pretty cool. Alright, let's assemble everything together. Let's take our rod, Feed it through all the way. There is a little more stuff up front because to hold the figure in the air. So let's take our action figure. There's a hole right there. That'll be perfect. We can clip it in. And then I'd say that's pretty good. So let's see some amazing poses with this guy. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to drop a like, comment your thoughts, make sure to subscribe for some more amazing videos. Catch you guys later.